You're watching Friday Night Football Fever with Pete Byrne and Carl Deffenbaugh. Presented by TCU. The hits start now.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Football Fever. Pete Byrne along with Carl Deffenbaugh. Homecoming night in the NIC. Everybody who played at home had a homecoming.
And we also had at one of those schools a rushing performance, perhaps fit for a king, you might say, on homecoming.
Yeah.
We'll get to that, a record performance.
I think that's very fair. Hard to believe we're already at the midway point of the season, the regular season in Indiana. 4 weeks behind us, 4 weeks ahead of us. Here we are, week 5, right in the middle. So let's get to it. Some good highlights in the NIC. We start with the Marion Knights celebrating homecoming tonight against South Bend, Washington. Knights taking the field through a tunnel of ICCL players. I should thank them for their help with my 6 o'clock sportscast tonight.
They were great.
Devin Kennedy, the quarterback, not playing tonight because he suffered a head injury a week ago, but the Knights offense did not suffer without him. Jake Whitfield, ahead for the touchdown, makes it 7-0 Marion. There was a whole lot of Whitfield in this game. Later in the quarter, Jake in again for a touchdown. He scored 4 rushing touchdowns on the night. He's a candidate for homecoming king, I would say. Marion wins 28-6 over South Bend, Washington tonight.
Also homecoming over at Elkhart Central as the Blazers and Riley were both looking for their first conference win of the season. This was a really physical game. Central led 28-21 at halftime. Big hit there. And they have the ball to start the third. Joey Phillips, I will see your 4 touchdowns and raise you 6.
That's a good
night. He tied a 21-year-old school record tonight with 6 scores. So Riley was in need of a spark, down big now. They tried the fake punt, and this did have a chance. Might have worked, but it's underthrown. So instead, Central takes over, and they would waste no time after that. Antoine Allen on the QB keeper. The Blazers win big, 55-28, again behind 6 touchdowns from Joey Phillips. He also finished with 276 yards. That's a good night.
That's an awesome night. Hey, tonight, South Bend Adams at School Field hosting St. Joe on homecoming. St. Joe undefeated, looking to spoil things. St. Joe led 10-0. And looking to add to it here, Oliver Page goes around the end, picks up a nice game, but their drive would stall again. St. Joe up 10-0 at this point, but Adams cuts into the lead. Andrew Burgess to Brandon Watley, a long pass and catch as the Eagles begin to drive, and then Burgess takes it in for the touchdown. That made it 10-6. The point after attempt was no good, so they were not able to close to within 3. St. Joe would add the only other score after that, so the Indians stay undefeated. They win 17-6 tonight over South Bend Adams. How about the Penn Kingsmen? I love the helmet out there. They run through it now. Also homecoming over at Freed Field. Penn taking out South Bend Clay, and on their opening drive, they waste no time. Tyler Carpenter takes a handoff, tiptoes the sideline, and goes 30 yards for 6. They add a 2-point conversion. Penn up 8-0. Kingsman looking to strike again, but Clay's defense steps up. Camden Bowen has a man open at the goal line, but Devondrick Hall jars the football loose with a great hit. We've seen some physical football tonight in the NIC. Now another great play from Hall on special teams. Back to punt. He's got a man in his face who's going to take off with his feet, picks up the first down, then pays for it with the hit out of the onto the sideline. Looked bad, but he would stay in the game. He's okay. Now it's Penn's defense's turn. 4th and 1 near midfield. Anthony Taborn reaches for the first down. Mistake. The football gets stripped. Kyle Trieber scoops it up and goes 59 yards the other way. Penn up 15-0 at that point, and the Kingsmen cruise to a 56-6 victory.
Elsewhere, Mishawaka ranked 9th in Class 5A. They made the trip all the way east to take on Fort Wayne North tonight. First quarter, it's Mishawaka ball. Tanner Bradley, our outstanding student athlete, with a nice 18-yard pickup. Cavemen get the first down. Then later on the drive, Bradley, you know he's got the best mullet in Michiana, right? We showed that to you. He's proud of that. From 1 yard out, makes it 6-0 Cavemen after a failed 2-point conversion. We go to the second quarter. Northside's Arian Nieves to the end zone, but tipped in a great pick by Mishawaka's Devin Wakes there. Keeps North scoreless. The Cavemen go on to win their 3rd in a row, 34-7. It's going to be a nice bus ride home.
Probably enjoying that right now. You know, next year, Jimtown and New Prairie set to join the NIC, along with John Glenn and Bremen. Depending on how the league divides their big and the small schools, there's a chance those two don't play again for a long time in football. So tonight they meet, we know this, for the final time as Northern State Conference foes, and in a game that might very well determine the conference championship. This game played out in New Carlisle. In Jimtown, looking to get back in it here. Marcus Schreiber passes to Dylan Goldagger, a 30-yard touchdown. Jimtown goes up 14-7. But New Prairie answers with their quarterback, Nick Brassel, and man, did he have a great night. He's got a blocker, he turns the corner, and he is taken down, but it is now 1st and goal, New Prairie. And Tyler Weller takes the rest of it there, leaping into the end zone, game tied at 14. And then New Prairie with the answer. It's Brassel again. Check out the run. He had a great night. New Prairie looks tough this year. They edged Jimtown tonight in a great game, 35-33.
Hopefully we get to see more of that, right?
I hope so, too.
Beautiful night in Middlebury as Northridge hosted Warsaw. The Raiders lost their first game of the season last week, and they're forced to punt here on their first possession. Ross Army charges through, blocks the punt, and the Tigers recover, so they are in business. 2nd and goal, in fact, from the 9-yard line. Jake Mangus over the middle. Brock Riley there for the touchdown. It was a strong performance from the Warsaw D as they lead the way in a Tiger victory, 24-21. Big win over Northridge. Number 1 Concord hosting 0-4 Goshen, so that's easy money right there,
Yeah,
even if you're not Johnny Football. Minutemen rolling here in the 3rd quarter. Cullen Fisher, Luke Simon, great play to get 1 foot down. So that would get Concord into the red zone, and then Fisher drops back to pass, and he has all sorts of time. That's going to end up pretty well for him. Jarrell Poindexter coming across the middle. He's small, he's quick, but he'll truck you too. Gets into the end zone. 19-yard score, part of a 55-7 beatdown. The Minutemen will be at Jimtown next week. That's always a pretty good non-conference matchup.
Fun to watch. Very good physical football tonight.
Some other
Indiana winners pass along. Winamac big 63-7 over Tri-County. Culver Academy loses to Breva 48-7. Plymouth over Memorial 37-6. Bremen over Culver 30-20. And Wawasee edges Northwood 27-21 in a good game there. All right, time for us to take a timeout. Get a little water, catch our breaths, but we're going to come back after this break. Rivals collide north of the state line when St. Joe visits Lakeshore in the annual War by the Shore. Stay with us.